Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Time for game number 2. Team Kinguin versus Evil Corporation, the best of 3 in a single elimination bracket in the MDLE qualifiers. My name is Dragon Drop. I'm joined by Neff. Welcome back.
Pleasure to be here. We see more of the same in this game. It looks like Team Kinguin starting their game with Ogre Magi and Magnus. All right. I mean,
familiar.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, I wonder if Phantom Assassin will survive the second banning stage here. Not even thinking about it. Just, oh, Magnus? No, not again. Anything else we can maybe deal with better, but not that shit, no. Even with the Bane and the Earthshaker, technically have a lot of control for anyone that Team King would really want to pick up.
Yeah, power of that Earthshaker and the Bane, super strong together. That PA banned out, really not surprised about that. When someone gets a rampage on you, that tends to stick.
No argument there. The mage also taken away, so two of the classic ones in this patch, one would think. But there's still plenty more. Like Troll Warlord comes to mind, Juggernaut is a big one. We're not deciding just yet. They pick up the Clockwork and essentially get a 4-roll Roma for now. What is the interesting operation doing? Muran has been banned now. That would have been the most obvious together with the Bane.
10 seconds remaining.
A little bit interesting seeing the Clockwork come out when you have a Magnus. Generally, that's something you run with ranged carries or really powerful DPS heroes that are ranged, just because being able to click somebody inside the cogs or trap a hero out in the cogs, then finish them off with people from outside is super strong. We'll see what they decide to do here. Still, smart bans out from the side of Evil Corporation, taking PA and Anti-Mage, two of those classics that are so strong with Magnus and power.
Well, if your supports, unless you want to run the Earthshaker in offline role. With the Bane, you also want him to be able to just do his thing and instead of being shackled, babysitting some sort of core hero. So I would imagine them to pick up some self-position laners. Huck certainly one of them. You can run a mid, you can run offlane. They're very flexible in that regard, but they have the Viper, so yes, you combo with the Clockwork. You're gonna have another combo with Magnus. Holding on to the very last pick for that one too. So Evil Corporation, they get caught off guard by that too.
Alright, that Viper pick, very interesting, and I like it a lot. That gives AoE break now, that I'm sure you're familiar with, correct?
Yeah, it does indeed.
So you're gonna be disabled, or you're gonna have AoE break for that Earthshaker. When he slams down his Enchant Totem and he slams down his Echo Slam, he's no longer gonna be stunning the people around him.
Yeah, I've really considered that, but yeah. Also great because AoE fits up nicely inside the Clockwork cogs. Also have the Magnus to work with, so of AoE control to make sure to get that extra bit of damage over time whenever.
Yeah, without that AoE stuns, though, the Earthshaker is a fraction as powerful as he otherwise would be. So some well-placed AoE breaks from that Viper, and he's super strong. They're just going to run them over if they manage to pull this one off. So I'm really interested in seeing them use this.
Potentially game-changing. Earthshaker comes in, expects to be able to gain locks somebody down. But then the Echo Slam, like if that's pre-cast with the break, then the Echo Slam doesn't stun anymore, does it?
Nope. No Echo Slam stun. You just get a very, very sad, what is it, at level 1? 60 damage nuke.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so sad. Well,
so
they get the raise one of the counter to the Viper.
Yeah.
And get that link off, so it works.
You want to counter us, we'll counter you right back. Still. But Viper, not the worst hero against Razor. I think it was Blazemon was telling one of the players that I was working with that pretty hard counter to Razor on
5
Viper
seconds
before was
remaining.
you just max your Q first and you Q him as he walks at you, and it does a surprising amount of damage and slows him down. So it's a little bit counterintuitive, but you just spam the Q and suddenly Razor's a very sad boy. But doing that on somebody who's full HP now, it doesn't do anything. So
Yeah.
you don't get that anymore.
Dire team pick.
Still don't. I'm still not entirely sure how I feel about the Viper changes. Which actually makes them better or worse.
Oh, definitely better. You've missed some of the stacks that I was playing today when you were casting with Mr.
Okay.
V. Me and the boys absolutely destroying games all morning.
10
All right.
seconds
Viper.
remaining.
Not
That's
something I
disgusting,
should be
dude.
bragging
That
about.
is disgusting.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, I'll take your word for this one.
Viper's
Yeah.
super powerful right now, I feel like, and I'd say his skill cap is a little bit higher than it used to be. You know, he's got one less passive now,
Radiant team pick.
more buttons to press. You've actually got AoE things, you got to time your break pretty well.
Good. It's gonna be Avenge Core for me. This could turn out quite well if they hit their timing.
10
If they
seconds
don't,
remaining.
well, the Vengeful Spirits.
5
Unless you
seconds
have the
remaining.
momentum going, it can be kind of hard to scale. Playing from your
Mm-hmm.
Raise a similar story, really. Is it?
Yeah, I mean, this lineup from Corp, they're going to have to end somewhat early, and Spectre, that guarantees that they're going to have to end it early. Vengeful
Yeah.
Spirit does not beat Spectre in the late game, I'm afraid.
No, even the Razor, like a lot of the damage from the Spectre is gonna come from the Radiance. Is desolating. That's something that you cannot zap. Trying to man fight against that alone, kind of a fun time. So it's a lot down to the Earthshake and the Bane to find some early kills to provide that bit of control that they need. Set up for the Razor as well as the Vengeful Spirit to damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did take out those two super hard carries with Anti-Mage and Phantom Assassin, but I think they forgot about the Spectre. Either that or they're sure they can handle her.
Yep.
Definitely going to see Silver Edge coming out, but I'm
10
going to
seconds
put my
remaining.
money on Kinguin in this game.
Yep.
5 seconds
Can't really
remaining.
disagree with that. And I do like the draft. Maybe a bit biased as well because it happens to know the players a little bit better. They've been playing on a bit of a higher level than Evil Corporation, maybe.
It's fair, but
Certainly coming
we're
in
not.
as the favorites for this.
Mm-hmm. We're not going to count out the people that watch Mr. Robot. It's a show for pretty high IQ people, much like Rick and Morty.
Oh god.
And you are a pretty big fan of Flenmeister, aren't you?
Cool dude. Also because I'm a fan of these and they used to play together.
Anyway, here we go. Game 2.
It is indeed. And if Kinguin win this one, then they're one step further. Then they'll be up against Penta Sports. Also a bit of a powerhouse in this day and age. Being seen, so something to look out for tomorrow. I'm not sure if they'll be casted. Actually should be, yeah, Skim is on the east side of things. So that'll be coming up.
Mm-hmm. And what's a game that me and you casting together without a pause at the start of it and some people spamming chat wheels and drawing on the map? I'm not sure what exactly they're trying to draw, but somewhat certain that they're trying to summon Satan.
It has a deeper meaning.
Yeah, we just don't get it.
We need a higher IQ to watch Rick and Morty again too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But so started this game, not much happening. Over at the Radiant side, we see 10 tangos on Magnus. It's a bit of an overkill. I feel like might want to have a mango or two. 10 tangos on the Spectre as well.
Fistful of
It's
tangos.
silly seeing. Yeah,
Maybe two
it has to
fistfuls.
be.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, pretty silly seeing that many tangos and all these heroes, though. these days.
Something to get used to, having 5 from each set. Even then, getting 2 sets of tangos has never really been all that common in those heroes.
Yeah. Back in my day, we had 3 tangos, and we were happy. Kids these
Those
days
good old
needing
days.
10 tangos.
Oh my god, we were old, dude. I think even I remember those times.
Sad. I mean, this ogre has the right idea. He has 3 tangos. Look at him.
Give 2 away to hero.
He remembers the old times. Back when tangos cost, what, 90 gold for 3 of them?
50 for 5.
Inflation. And they try and sell you things in bulk now.
Well, what it is, can't haggle with the shopkeeper. Kinguin, they
30 seconds to battle.
don't think they should be something in plans. Sense. Matter of, alright. One side takes these 2 runes, then the other side takes the other. That's actually captures them inside the cogs.
The battle begins.
Like it does have the fissure available to block out, and that's it. Also missed up high ground here from the Viper. It's a bit annoying.
It's like they just have a small little skirmish there, and then decide to back off from each other.
Full confronting, maybe you can find something as it stands. So first blood just yet, 2 for 2 root bait. Body blocks a little bit better here on Nisha's side. Great towards the mid to be able to that happen. That's Static Link. Not off to a good start. He stole 1 damage. Not exactly significant. Kaoli's there, farming up some of these cogs. Katsu comes in. Kind of one of the downsides of going that build first. You don't really have the harassment and damage potential from the Belly Assault, and you always give up that 1 or 2 cogs worth of extra gold.
Yeah.
Though? Okay, that's a good visual block though. El Sash still managing to find his way across to the side. Oh.
Yep. And this bottom lane, this Puck sees a advantage over the Spectre here. Spectre can't even get close to these creeps. Meanwhile, Puck at 6 last hits, 2 denies. So, Ogre deciding to rotate down here and help the Puck out. Or help the Spectre out, apologies.
Spectre definitely needs that help. I mean, what else Sash even want to accomplish up top? I try to go for the pushback, but quite enough. Boxy will be able to make it out there. And it's so hard to play against a Puck that knows what he's doing. The hero especially, so started there. It does have that stout shield to work with, no dispersion just yet, but eventually they'll come out. And now, bit of extra damage, Kaoli also coming in here, starting to farm up these cogs, but Katsu just denies him. A lot of attention here towards the Spectre lane.
Well, I think the Spectre either getting ahead or falling behind is going to be what defines this game, so not surprising that all the attention's in the bottom lane right now.
So, info mid lane. Katsu is still trying to find his place. Did manage to find himself a level 2, so Battery Assault plus the Invis Rune. Maybe Onmi is actually in a lot of trouble here, isolated from the rest of the creeps. Nisha, well, doing some damage, but Onmi still taking a lot in return. Katsu diving for it, but now, with the fissure block especially here, he's just gonna fall instead. No first blood sound because it's been shared, but damn, bit of an overcommitment.
Pretty interesting to see the Clockwork dive the tower at the start of this game. That is an overcommitment. One thing I want to talk about that, again, part of these patch.
Not a idea. I mean, he used the last bit of his dagger movement, get across into the trees, now turning things around, trying to do desolate damage up against Kaoli. But Boxy is also still there. Katsu and Elder Sash in the middle of that too, though, that do get the kill, and now it's down to Boxy to try and find something else, but not a idea, just juking with a couple of trees that are there. Not running like a scared person. Just Might have taken that fight early.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What were we gonna say?
Apologies. I was going to talk about the Viper changes.
Yeah.
He has a 6-second cooldown on his poison attack, level 1 now.
Oh yeah.
So that one is a little bit weird. I'm not sure. Viper just feels like a completely different hero than he was. Well, he more or less does the same thing. He's still got his corrosive skin. He's still a very tanky, lane-dominating mid. But I feel like the skill cap on the hero has increased, and he's not the same like one-button hero he used to be. So I wanted to bring attention to that a little bit. The skill cap on Viper definitely higher than it used to be.
Having just having that nether toxin, or the old nether toxin with the extra damage and low health being attached to the poison tag makes it so much harder to spam that out for his last hits, because he's actually spending quite a bit of mana for each of those. 25 at max level even still. The Kato, I mean, not very low. One more right click from Boxy will do the trick. He's juking and jiving himself, but Exotic actually blocking his path. I get that kill, and try for a bit of a turnaround play. Only the ignite available here for the match. No stun or anything. Daily,
I mean,
still being slowed down. A couple body blocks from enough though.
Yep. That Ogre Magi has been very discouraged from trying to throw out ignites onto that puck, because each time he does, he just phase shifts it, and you've wasted mana, and you're not trading any of your blue for the enemy's green. And that's what Dota's all about.
Down that green, bring down the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how does it leave us in top lane? Because with all of these supports from both sides kind of leaving, Pardos has to be very happy about that. He's level 5, he's trading pretty evenly here in terms of CS with the Flensmeister. Well, mid though,
yep, I mean,
okay. That's body block here, and Nisha's losing a lot of damage. A couple of right clicks here plus plasma field will be enough to bring him down, but Kansa has other plans. Inside the Cogs couldn't even find that last right click. Area on the run as well. Bit of a trouble here. Pardos isn't inside the jungle. That's a skill to work with. Katsu, some extra body blocks. Extra set of cogs available to area. Well, I'm just trying to TP out. That won't happen. Gets him to the other side of the cogs, but out of mana. Soon to be out of life points. He is pretty quick on his feet though with the boots. Come on, one right click. 375. Oh yeah, that'll also work.
Yep.
Awkward. A little bit faster there with the base movement speed that he has and the extra boots too. And the windlace.
Yep. He's got the windlace and a little bit of extra movement speed on him, but my god, Nisha managing to stay alive even though he lost 168 damage to that Razor in mid lane.
That's kind of crazy. Use that for sure. If it wasn't for Kato there.
Mm-hmm.
Must have found
Awesome
some berry salt procs to prevent the right clicks.
Yep. Awesome rotation out of his team there.
Bottom lane. Teardrop is solo again. The nukes on the park as well from KO. The LSR not tanking up the front. Foxy healed himself up a little bit. Still has stick charges to work with, so he really wants to commit here. But Exotic Deer already back home.
Yep. That man wants no part of that. He's probably pretty fed up with this lane at this point. Only at 27 last hits, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But they're off laner. Puck 27 and 10. So that's not how you want your off lane to go when you have a safe lane Spectre. Or that's not how you want your safe lane to go when you're safe lane Spectre.
Swap back on Nisha here. No, the smoke rotation has been scattered out on me. He's taking quite a bit of damage to Coil now, keeping Nisha in. Meanwhile, Flensmeister just dealing with the rest. The entirety of EC in his middle lane all of a sudden. Get a secondary kill here as well on the Ogre Magi. Successful. Even though, like Katsu, he found himself a haste and walked up the high ground. Saw these two heroes, Flens as well as Area, walking in.
Radiant's middle tower
And not enough to keep Viper safe with the early swap.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Right, so this Vengeful Spirits, these are the kind of movements that you need to make. Just grouping up with the team early, trying to make these kind of kills happen, even though it puts you in harm's way.
Absolutely. I'd say even though it puts you in. Ooh, looks like Exotic Deer goes down.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that in combination with the play that just happened in the mid lane is super big for Corp because while that play was happening, that Spectre wasn't farming. That Spectre had to keep you home because he was afraid of the puck. And then as soon as he manages to get back to lane after they lose a team fight in mid, the Spectre goes down.
Yep. Great play as well by Boxy. He jumps up to below the tower, just cut off the Spectre. So he's forced to walk up to the high ground, out to the top side. Kaoli was just waiting for him there with a brain stab. Think of the actual top lane though. Earthshaker gets tracked down. Whoa, God. What's happened to late here in middle lane? Vector broken and killed.
Kills happening all over the place.
Bottom, there it is. I won't miss this one. Coil and Catter. Kaoli there, but can't quite follow him. Well, never mind. That division from Flens, from Gift of Tower.
Yep, he is the Flinmeister after all. Yep. Gave him the Flynn there.
Oh well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, so far so good for Evil Corp. Exotic Deer just said, alright, not going back to this bottom lane. I've definitely been in this position as a Spectre. It's still fine if you don't lose your objectives, and even now EC kind of struggling to put this Tier 1 tower out of commission, but they should be able to accomplish it with this particular creep wave. They're undisturbed.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
One thing that feels a little bit weird to me is I feel like E-Corp's rotations and presence on the map have been so strong this game, but they're not drawing that huge of a lead over Kinguin. It feels like they're doing a lot more, but the net worth chart isn't really changing a whole lot. This Magnus, I guess, is making up for a lot of things, and alright, I'm in position 1 now.
Yep. One comes through here, the Spectre just seeing what he can see, and also joining in on mid. Razor falls again. 2 separate skirmishes in different parts of the map. Artos also survives his ordeal here, should be able to just... Quick toilet break, okay, that's a bit unfortunate.
You know, when you have too much coffee before your games.
Gotta go when you gotta go, you know? Only do that between the games, but hey. I think you can tell me with your smileys.
Right, this is the kind of all chat that I'm alright with seeing.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I would be able to join in on these. But most of the time...
Casters aren't people.
It's one thing in lobby chat because no one else sees it. During a game, it's not exactly a good tone.
Acceptable?
I get mad when people do it that aren't the players or the admin.
You even get mad when the players decide to at least spam that
yeah, like
quick chat.
Especially when it's paused at the beginning, like you're just waiting for the go command, but it's buried in between like 20 million spam messages.
But you see the go command coming out of the Spectre there, huh? Is that what you wanted?
What?
Hit enter.
Oh yeah,
the Spectre
go. There it is.
saying go.
Yeah. Exactly what I wanted, thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel better now.
Keep your eye on that stuff. There, buried in the other messages, like the clockwork is missing and whatnot. But the players want their toilet break, so...
So, where are we at right now? Evil Corp, I mean... You just said it, right? They felt like they did a whole lot, but it's not really translated too well into anything. They just finished the tier 1 tower bottom, so that's something. But Razor's gone down again, he's kind of struggling. Steadily. Viper like 400 or 500 gold ahead of him. Magnus as well, as I said, farming extremely well with almost maxed out in power. Doesn't even have a point to RP just yet. It's like, that's how crazy this game is. He doesn't feel like he needs it. Just wants to farm.
Yeah, you don't need RP when you have money. Alright? And this guy has money. He's just trying to farm up his Blink Dagger as quickly as possible. He's second on the net worth chart. He's position 3, but he's position 1 on his team at the moment as far as farm goes. But alright, we're back in the game. So,
and if you have money, you can just pay your enemies off to just stand still for 3 seconds and might as well be an RP, right?
You know,
That's how
just
it works.
they should start all chatting each other. I'll buy you wards if you just stun yourself instead of me having to
Yeah.
RP you.
Oh, Boxy. King went down a bit. Nisha 3 points up in poison attack, so 2-second cooldowns. That's serviceable. Like want to take a fight. They call down Sash. Get nuked down. Nothing's easier than that.
Major kill. Roasted ogre, courtesy of the Razor. We still haven't seen any of the break onto the shaker here. Some of those plays, I'm really waiting to see some of them, see if he manages to pull it off, or if it throws the Earth Shaker and his team off. I feel like them being able to do that is going to be pretty huge in this game. If they pull it off, if the Earth Shaker doesn't expect it, and if E-Corp's team expects a stun coming out in that time, because not knowing when the stun is going to come out, or you think a stun is going to come out, so you go in and play a little bit more aggressively than you otherwise would be able to, that can throw an entire game off.
Oh yeah. Alphanora smoked up somewhere else entirely, and they're looking for Patos up top. The side job running straight into Kaoli. Leads up with the Fiend script. They should have enough power here to bring it down. They do indeed. Anyway, claiming that for himself, going towards the blink target. Still ways away though.
Yeah. And there goes their new position 1. Fortunately, Spectre was farming while all that was happening, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but you get the pick off. You do pull slightly further ahead on E-Corp, but yeah, and I feel like a kill on Spectre would have been equally as big, if not bigger, because they want to shut down the Spectre super hard. That's their win condition on Kinguin here.
Yep.
And I actually missed that kill. They went pretty deep for that. Or that ogre went pretty deep.
All.
I guess trying to get a ward up.
Following it all, it's fine. So just testing you, you know? See if you noticed. Training you for all your...
Observing
and adminning and whatever. Whatever your plans are.
Yeah, who knows what I'm up to.
The cooldown on Nether Toxic 5 seconds. Didn't even realize that. Get 2 of those off.
Yep. It lasts for 8. Or if somebody slowly manages to limp out of the first one, you already have a second one down on them.
They don't stack with each other, right?
I don't believe so.
No, they only have the one that creeps at least. 2 from. Alright.
See here. Watch for it. Actually, maybe not. Probably only throw it one. Unlucky. We'll figure that out eventually. I don't think they do stack though. It'd be a little bit silly if they did.
Yep.
Ice Frog's a madman, but he's not that crazy.
Not yet, anyway.
As he slowly starts to lose it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him give agility heroes extra movement speed like people beg for in certain Warcraft 3 custom maps, so maybe he is starting to lose it.
Well, idea. Barely surviving this one here. Gets a dagger across the cliff. You on mid. You see, look for Sash double calling him as well as Nisha. Mimo hookshot on the back. Kaoli. They just keep him with Nightmare RP coming through here. Exotic in as well. The Razor first one to fall. And now the Echo Slam coming through from area. We're doing too much here though, and Kinguin just continuing to bring down one hero after the other. Flensmeister with a bit of a swap to get himself in a better position. They have to be on the run. Everyone's so low on the side of Kinguin though. They really want to come in. That's a triple stun from area. But still, no death blow on anyone.
Yep, and that's 4 for
so
0.
Yeah. Exotic Deer, he had like 100 health points. Magnus had 100 health points. Ogameja and Nisha also not exactly healthy. That's one of these team fights where you kill everyone almost, but almost doesn't get you anything. In Dota 2.
Yeah. It's my favorite drag and drop line. Almost gets you nothing.
Yeah. The one catchphrase that I have, you know? It's like you gotta milk that for what it's worth.
And what about your other catchphrase? Flippity dippity did dop, you know?
Don't say that anymore, dude.
My bad, I'll keep up with my drag and drop lore.
Yeah.
But Dagger is coming out harassing this Vengeful Spirit as they try and take mid tower, and Clockwork getting picked off, or picking off the puck elsewhere on the map, and finally Ogre Magi also going down.
Gives a lot of damage over to the Spectre, so that'll help them finish off this tower. And TP coming through though from Nisha. Can I get anything done here? Clockwork, he did bring down the puck as he said up top. I don't even know how that happened. He still has the hookshot available. Steve coming through, Kaoli still tanking up all the battery assault, and Exoneteer just swoops in for the last hit. Typical Spectre fashion.
Yeah, average Spectre team fight contribution.
Yeah. Going for last hit. Interesting build actually with the Mask of Madness. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
You know, when you take damage faster, you disperse faster, maybe, kind of? I don't know.
Yeah.
These players are, I'm sure Exotic Deer is significantly better than me. Knows things that I do not, so.
You do maximize your Desolate damage output, you have the Empower, so you can farm with that pretty... What the hell? God, so just need to go ham, that was so good use. How do you even have some cooldown for longer than that? Keeps finding these random kills that shouldn't really happen. I don't even know how it works.
Well, if you get caught out against a Clockwork with your Earthshaker, you tend to drop pretty quickly. You can't actually throw down your Enchant Totem or your Fisher because the cast point is too long underneath Battery Assault.
Yep.
So, unlucky for him. It's not the guy he wants to run into in the dark alleys of the Radiant Forest.
Yeah. Well, smoke up from one side. They're up on high ground here though, so if they stay there, it's a good position to be in. When they're erring on the left hand side. Also scan it out, so on the dice. Where is the Radiance? Leave dice scan over on the left, scouting out the tree line. Didn't actually catch anybody. Kinguin, there it is, blinking skew onto Kaoli. He was not ready for that at all. Meanwhile, hookshot on the back onto Flensmeister, I believe. He's broken, he's being right click, pushed back, so it's 2 years down. Kaoli is still fighting for his life. Can't really do anything of consequence here.
Yep. Down 2 heroes go there.
Wolfenisha Exoneteer continues to farm down bottom. That's a Radiant screwed up now.
Yep. And he's almost halfway there already. And feels like E-Corp, they're starting to miss their timings. At this point, you want to be you want all the enemy tier 2s down. You want to be starting to push your high ground at this point against the Spectre lineup. Once this guy has his Radiance, you're not going to have a good time.
Oh no.
Not
Not at all. Not even just the Spectre, I mean, even the Viper just spawns on top of the network chart here together with Flens. The force to be reckoned with too. We did end up going for the Veil of Discord build. The buff out all that magic damage and maybe on the rise here. I know that Gareth was swooning about it. Oh, hookshot actually blocked by the sash. Oh my god. Meanwhile, on mid snapped immediately. Katos. Oh, Musi up. Hey, and he will fall. The Echo Slam coming through, but yeah, no stun. That was inside the Nether Toxin. Exotic Deer continuing forward, but then decides, no, that's not good. Let's not do that at all. Kautza tighten it up, but again, the battery assault still claims a victim. Nisha back into it. A little of extra control from Alistash, but now only he's broken again. Brought down another couple of nukes. Nisha with a double kill. And 3 for 2 trade. Not the worst fight for E-Corp at the end of the day, but still, losing with Spectre like that.
Yeah,
the only reason they did that was because that RP was whiffed so hard as well.
The Spectre needs to go down in these team fights. I mean, she's closer and closer to the Radiance with every fight that happens, with every minute she's farming. You need to put the pressure onto the Spectre. If that's not happening, it's only a matter of time till she runs over your team. But yeah, that whiffed RP situation was probably as good as it would get for E-Corp, and they still managed to come out that far ahead in the fight. They traded 2 for 3, which net worth exchange in that one was pretty much even, but okay. This is a dead magnet.
Oh, is it? Nisha's coming through?
Or is it?
Bean script, damage stolen. Yeah, okay, it definitely is. And Nisha might actually be the secondary casualty, and yeah, seeing what he can see. Katsu, next one on the list. I'm just chain feeding right now. I mean,
this is a chain feed.
Yeah, that was questionable to say the least. No immediate tier 2 they can take from that, but bottom lane, someone makes his way over here, they can make a push happen.
Yeah, I mean, that one, it felt like everyone was arriving just a little bit slow, not really sure what the teammates wanted. Everything felt a little bit off, a little bit awkward in that fight, and ended up getting punished super hard for their indecisiveness there. And again, like you said, turned into a little bit of a chain feed.
Yep.
I love that term, by the way. I don't know when people started using it, but I'm behind it 100%.
Yeah. It's been around for a while.
I'm just not down with the kids.
Bottom lane will still be defended. Catapult just dodging on forward, but this creep's unable to tank for it, so doesn't get too many shots off. Yeah, E-Corp is somewhere else to be as well. What does their next round of items look like?
Right now, I feel like it's only a matter of time until the raw exotic deer ends up. Yeah, just managed to get the sacred relic right there. Sells off the was it stout shield or quelling blade. Now farming even faster than you would otherwise. So you're about to miss your timings that you need to really fight these enemies on the side of E-Corp. And
Katsa breaks the link with a hookshot. XRT comes in onto the Razor. We will the RP in the back onto two heroes. Alastash to follow. A little bit of extra control. No one said just yet. Kaoli himself alive a little bit longer here with a brain stab. Now on B, making the wraparound. Coil onto two. They've lost the Vengeful Spirit. The Echo Slam comes through this time. The Phoenix Script just keep the Ogre Magic for later. They're starting to bring down a couple of these heroes, but Nisha in the back gets this up now. Katsa also coming in, pushes back Odin. The damage over time from Soul Release from the Earth Shadows will actually be the one to get the kill. It is Katsa. Finish up the Razor, but every other kill in that team fight was for Nisha. An ultra kill for the Viper. Going from target to target. Making the old wraparound play, and E-Corp. Nothing to withstand against that.
Yep, and they do manage. They're going to take 2 towers off of this as well, so they're going to gain a lot of map control from that one, which isn't really what they want at this point in the game, but the extra gold for Spectre, despite her dying, is something that she very much wants.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh, never mind.
As long as you have that relic, the recipe for Radiant is just not too far away, even if you die once in the meantime. So. Then all the time that you've lost is made up by the crazy amount of farming speed that you then get on that hero.
Yep, and it's going to be pretty huge in these team fights as well. Bane no longer able to really nightmare allies in the same way that he would be able to before. Everyone is getting ticked down. Blink daggers on both Earthshaker and Puck being disabled by the Radiance.
Razor in a lot of trouble, Cat, so he found himself in the invis room to set that up, I believe. Just started bursting down. Nisha also part of that. That's worse here for EC.
They did manage to the chain feat that Kinguin gave them really helped them out, but again, I don't really think it's enough. And you're about to get stunned out. Down goes the Earthshaker as well. Era not having a good time.
Nope. Not in this game. Feels like they kind of scrambling out of a plan. Feels like Kinguin, they're dictating the pace of the game every step.
Nice and slow. Things are finally going at our pace. We'll just wait for our abilities to come back up, and then we'll start to push their high ground. Maybe we'll get a couple more items on the way there. So Ogre Magi, I guess he doesn't really need anything at this point. Clockwork sitting on 3,000 gold though, so he can get pretty much what he wants right now. Whatever that might be. He doesn't really have anything quick by though, which is a little bit strange. And Magnus only halfway to his Shadow Blade, so.
Alright, we are back now. Confirmed.
Alright, awesome. People need more of us.
Pretty much, yeah. I've no idea what was going on there, to be honest. Like, plenty of things are starting to go haywire, but... Well, not so much for Kinguin, as we were explaining. Bit on and off here for the stream viewers, again. Apologies. But, Exordia just going hound. They will lose all the stash. Nisha, on the front lines, but another Horn with a Radiant Spectre. Exordia, just look at this damage that he's doing. It's being snapped up though, so he cannot go onto further targets immediately. Still the Earthshaker going down, the rest making it to the high ground. Nisha has different plans that are by here, not P in the back on the park. That's the second one. None of them with buyback, only barely making it back to the fountain. Buyback using another sash. They want to put a nail in this. Nip this in the bud, if you will.
Yeah, nail on the E Corporation coffin, taking them those evil, Mr. Robot fans.
Oh, Trio's on the sidelines. 15 seconds until the Earthshaker comes back, and even then, not sure if that Echo Slam, as good as the spell it is, not sure if it does anything if you don't have the follow-up damage on me. Just the hook shot after the force staff. What a play here. Good game is called. DC lose game number 2, which means Team Kinguin will face up against Pentasports tomorrow. Well, Echo Slam just for good measure, but why not?
Gotta raise your stats at the end of the game. Extra stun time, extra hero damage. They need that. No. Fantasy points. Think of the fantasy points.
Alright, so overall, probably the result that people would expect here, Team Kinguin versus Evil Corporation, but there were some cool things that they did, and some few questionable plays there from Team Kinguin, especially that's the one chain feed that we were pointing out. So they definitely cannot afford that against a team like Pentasport. They will punish you super hard if you let them.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a misplay by them, but again, they managed to. They knew that they had the win condition as far as being able to go to late game goes. But again, against Pentasports, they're not going to get away with making mistakes like that. Penta will capitalize on that and then press their advantage onto them. So hopefully, even though these two games were pretty heavily in their favor, they don't forget that they don't get to make mistakes as this series progresses.
Yep. Alright, that means that we're done for the day. Neff, thank you guys. Thank you very much for joining. It's been a blast as always.
Yeah. Always my pleasure.
And of course, thank you guys for watching. Though we had some tech issues here in the last stretch. Again, I have no idea what happened there. Some combination with Twitch probably in my OBS wire. But we didn't miss too much. Kinguin win the series. I'll be back tomorrow with some more CIS. Gim will be taking you. We'll be bringing you some of the European coverage. But for now, thank you guys very much for watching, and see you then.